Going on YouTube, back with another video. Had to go live with you because camera equipment over here being difficult. It's acting like it's out of space. The battery ain't charged. It's gonna take me all day to charge the battery. Boy, I've been busy. Boy, that telegram been booming. It's about booming. It's out of control. The way these people need jobs out here, they are so tired of being underpaid out here in this trucking industry. You know, they real tired. You know, they tired of $1,000 paychecks, $1,200 paychecks, $1,500 paychecks. You know, they tired right now, so they trying to hit up little old Andrew. You know, and little old Andrew got the perfect job for you. Although I'm a scammer. I'm out here scamming folks, so I just gotta let y'all know. I know y'all heard little old Andrew out here scamming the people, out here doing the people dirty, taking your money and disappearing, putting you on the block list, all that good stuff. So, maybe we need to start a little, chasing Andrew Jackson, foundation on how to get your money back or something. I don't know. But, anyways, man, title of this video 1099 company drivers. You know, the Russians versus the Americans is a big topic. If you follow Freight Waves is a big platform in this trucking community. You'll see, the Americans on there daily discussing how they gonna defeat the Russians. You know, they trying to come up with all these different, ways to, battle against the Russian companies. They trying to come up with the 14, 10-hour clock, so they can, obviously, so you guys can drive more hours legally, I guess, so you can, so they can compete with the Russians. Because the Russians are taking over. They're just flat out taking over. They got all the new trucks, all the new trailers. They got all the experienced drivers. They paying them way more money. Okay? Now, one may say, well, Andrew, they don't give 401ks. They ain't got no 5% match. That's true. They don't have 5% match. They don't have insurance. Well, Andrew, man, they not paying half your taxes. No, they not paying half your taxes. Yeah, you're 1099. They ain't paying half your taxes. But if you go to the American company, like JB Hunt, get your $1,200, $1,500 a week. Your taxes will come out. They ain't gonna give you no 401k over there though. Your taxes will come out, and you're gonna be good to go. Okay. Now, one may argue with and say, well, Andrew, before I go and take this $1,200 and $1,500 over at JB Hunt, I can go over to the Russians and make $3,000 and $4,000, and even after I pay my taxes, I'll still make more than JB Hunt. Well, of course you will. It's just basic math. Of course you're gonna make more money. I'm just saying, So, you know, uh, there's some misconceptions with the Russian companies. Now, I have not worked for all Russian companies, and I only promote one Russian company. I don't promote thousands of Russian companies. The first misconception is that we run 1,000 miles a day. When you get over to the Russians, you gotta do 1,000 miles a day. Now, if you work at my company, or you ain't even gotta work at my company, if you just haul reefer all together, just at anybody company, American company, Russian company, if you just haul reefer. Do you guys think TQL, CH Robinson, Kroger, McLean, Walmart, any of these big boy shippers is going to allow you as a solo driver to book a load today, do 1,000 miles, and deliver it tomorrow? What broker is going to give you that load? 1,000 miles, be there tomorrow. No, I'm talking about you can work with the Russians, you can work with the Americans, you can have your own authority. What broker gonna do it? Huh? TQL? You think TQL giving reefer loads, 1,000 miles, deliver tomorrow? The only way to get those type of loads is you gonna have to lie to the broker and tell them you running a team operation. It's two people in the truck. You gotta pull a Josh. You gotta do Josh Longino. You gotta be like my favorite lease driver. That's a leasing thing. And you owe all these deductions. Now you gotta pull a team. You gotta pretend like it's a team operation going on. Cause that's the only way a broker gonna give you those type of loads. Cause Walmart, you're not finna book no 1,000 mile load and expect Walmart. You book today, Walmart. You gonna deliver to Walmart tomorrow. That's not how reefer works. That ain't how reefer work. TQL or CH Robinson, They not booking no solo driver on no 1,000 mile nothing deliver tomorrow. It's not happening. It's gonna be a 2 day delivery window, and it's always been that way. So what is this? Well, Andrew, we've been hearing about when you go to the Russians, you gotta do 1,000 miles a day. I ain't worked at all Russian companies. That could be true, okay? But understand, in my company, we are not paid cent per mile. Okay, so we not out to, as many miles as possible. That ain't how we get paid over here. I told y'all I stopped doing cent per mile. Guys, I stopped doing cent per mile back in 2016 with Night Transportation. 38 cent a mile. After 38 cent a mile, I knew it wasn't worth it. I stopped doing a cent per mile. So once you get away from the cent per mile, then you start to, well, wait a minute, what's a better way to get paid other than cent per mile? Oh, they got percentage pay. Oh, let me see. Maybe this percentage pay makes a little bit more sense. I need to look into this. And then you start to realize when you get on percentage pay that, well, damn, man, why was I doing 60 cent a mile? Why am I over at the American company getting, 50 cent a mile, 38 cent a mile, 12 cent a mile? Man, I can make more money running legal a 70-hour clock on 30% reefer than I can running a 70-hour clock, at an American company. See, I'm trying to avoid the Mr. Charlie word because I saw y'all in the comments. One of y'all got in the comments and said, Mr. Charlie means slave owner. Okay, I did see that. One of y'all said that when I say Mr. Charlie, I'm strictly talking about, I'm calling white people slave owners. I don't know what on earth them folks are talking about, but I whatever, okay? So we just don't say the Americans. Is that a little bit better? The American companies. Okay? So we not running 1,000 miles, guys. If you're looking for the trucking company where you got to get up every day and run 1,000 miles, guys, the trucking company I work with, it's not it. Hauling reefer ain't even gonna work like that anyway because reefer is appointment. It's gonna be appointment. And it's very, very difficult in this reefer world to pick up the phone and tell HEB, Kroger's, McLean, Walmart, any of these freaking, cold storages. Hey man, I'm gonna be coming in hot. I need you to give me an appointment for today or for tomorrow. They not gonna reschedule nothing. Cause you hauling reefer. Now in the drive-in world, that's kind of, you can kind of show up early sometimes to get that thing off if they assign you a door. But the reefer world, guys, that's just not how reefer work. Flatbed, I ain't never done that, so I can't speak on flatbed. But reefer is all appointments. Okay, it's very, very difficult. Once that broker give you an appointment, I mean, it's gonna be up to the shipper if they gonna, unload that thing early. More than likely they not. Y'all know when y'all get to any of these shipper warehouses, it's already fully packed. I'm talking about every dock door almost slam packed. And you think you finna get in there early because you decided to drive 1,000 miles. The broker ain't give you no load where you had to, drive no 1,000 miles. Just tell me which broker, what broker doing this? What's the broker? Yeah, what broker just booking loads, solo drivers? It ain't even your truck and your trailer. What benefit does TQL or C.H. Robinson got to give you a solo load, 1,000 miles, be there tomorrow? They don't. There's nothing in it for them, and there ain't nothing in it for you. No one's doing it. Now, what they are doing, okay, what they are doing is, let's say, for example, the people that went to orientation today. Y'all been woke all day, I understand. You finally got your truck around 4 p.m. The Russians put you on the load, maybe 500 miles, and it delivers tomorrow, sometime tonight tomorrow. They'll do that. They'll do that, but it's a legal run. 500 miles. Now, you may say, man, but I've been walking all day. Now I got to run all throughout the night. Yeah, you got to run throughout. Yeah, you've been walking all day. You got to run throughout the night, but it's a legal load. It's 500 miles. And it's straight due. Yeah, it's straight, but it's not no illegal load. And you could just say, man, Mr. Russian man, I think I just wait for a load tomorrow because I ain't been asleep. You could say that, but you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna, you know why you're not gonna do that? Because when you go to orientation, a lot of us ain't got no money in our pocket. We broke as a joke. So hey man, before I tell Mr. Russian man I don't want this load, I gotta look at my pocket. Oh, ain't nothing up in that pocket, right? Oh, nah, I'll figure it out. Go ahead and go. I'll figure it out. And a lot of y'all take the load. A lot of y'all take the load. Shout out to somebody gave a donation $20. M4 RK1E17. One second, phone call come through. Okay, there we go. Somebody said, doing the Lord's work through all of your company suggestions, do they not at all accept California or certain ones? California passed this law called AB5. You'll have to go look it up. Just type in, just go to Google, type in AB5 law. It's not that they don't want to hire California drivers, it's that the state of California passed the AB5 law and it restricts them from hiring California drivers. Okay, so that's a California thing. It's not that they don't want y'all. They definitely want California drivers because y'all got a lot of freight down there, especially reefer freight, produce season and all that. But yeah, y'all, how if you in California, y'all know how California is. They got their own rules and regulations going on. Hey, this phone might overheat on y'all, man. Y'all know I'm cheap. I ain't got the latest greatest shoe shine phone. I start streaming on this phone, but this temperature get 100 degrees quick. Somebody said, how is it a scam? You're not forcing nobody to do it. Nah, I don't. Not only do I not force people to pay the 300, I also got a 100% return policy if you don't get accepted. Shoot, I don't see what the scam is. Mississippi in the building. I'm gonna catch the repay. Kevin in the building. Give me 15 hours a day. Somebody said miles. Somebody said I'm interested here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a true team, and it ain't easy finding team loads. It's not easy finding team loads. That's why when I look on a load board, I look for van team, reefer team. It's not that many options on DAT load board, which is another reason why I don't know if the team and it work with me in 50 mile. The only way I can see it working is if you own all the equipment, you're not dishing out a bunch of money, and truck payments and trailer payments and all that. Then, if you manage to keep all the money that's coming in, you can make it work. That's all I'm about. I got to keep it. Guys, right now I'm going through insurance renewal. Guys, I'm talking about I ain't trying to dish out no money whatsoever to this trucking industry. Nothing. I'm trying to keep the whole thing. I'm using everything. I'm trying to hey man, look, first before you quote me that high, it's an old raggedy truck. I tell them that. I love, man, who cutting grass around here? What the hell is going on? Damn. Who told him to cut that grass while I'm in the middle of filming? Damn. Anyways, man, that shit loud as hell too, man. Fucking up everything around here. About to go to a whole nother location. Man, let me say, that ain't gonna work. Oh, that goddamn noise he got going on. I got to walk and hold the phone. Let me see, how long you been a driver? I've been driving since 2015. Detmar got a lot of work right now. They saying new contracts. I can't go to Detmar. They ain't paying enough money. Oil field ain't paying enough money. The oil field only sounds good to people who wasn't out previously before us. The races they got going on. And first of all, if you're in the oil field right now, you need to know you can make way more money as a company driver outside the oil field. Guys, do y'all not see the settlements that we post? Got drivers out here anywhere between $2,500 to $4,000 a week. What am I going to oil field for? What I'm going to oil field for? It's unstable. You know how unstable the oil field is? I'm not going to oil field. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to be waiting to wheel down, self-driving trucks out there. Shoot, man, I ain't got no time for that. Boy, that's got to be the loudest lawnmower. Is that Migo? I should have known that was Migo. See, I knew it. Migo out here cutting grass with the loudest lawnmower he can find. Look at this. Look at Migo. I can tell by his hat. Look at him. Damn, Migo. He go out here with this damn loud ass lawnmower in the middle of. He said he gonna get him some money, man. Migo said he gonna get his money by any means necessary. Man, good God Almighty. Somebody said thought you could only drive 10 and a half hours. Migo got a commercial grade lawnmower. As far as how many hours you can drive a day, now you want me to lie to you, or you want to know the truth? Which one you want? You want the lie, or you want the truth? Which one y'all want, the lie or the truth? I can tell you all about the guidelines of the FMCSA that don't nobody follow. Who follows the guidelines? Y'all let me know. He said you can only drive 10 hours and 30 minutes. Now, you want me to lie to you, or you want me to tell you what all the truck drivers in the United States is doing? Which one you want to know? We can tell you a lie now. You ready for the lie? That's all truck drivers out here. Look, man, they just doing 10 hours a day. They on the 70-hour clock. They all on their 34-hour reset, tucked away. I'm talking about they don't go 1 minute over. They don't go 1 minute over that 14-hour clock. They don't do it. They don't do no personal conveyance. They do their post-trip, pre-trip. You name it, they do. They don't inch. I'm talking about they don't do no inching at all whatsoever. They don't try to inch, the truck a little bit more further. They ain't running, yard move. They ain't running personal convenience in the Walmart parking lot, trying to move the truck and trailer. Come on, man. You gotta stop with the nonsense, man. We in 2026. Did y'all not hear what Mr. Charlie had to say? Mr. Charlie just got on the video. He said, look, man, these 70-hour clocks, he said they came out in I think he said the 1800s or the 1920s or something like that. He said, man, in today's time, the 70-hour clock is not made for what's going on in today's society. Well, damn, Mr. Charlie, we've been knowing that. I figured that out back in, 2016? Because I stopped using logbooks, I went to the oil field in 2017. When I went to the oil field, all that logbook stuff went out the window. I just drive the truck now. I don't know what the logbooks say. I don't give a damn. I don't know, man. I don't know what the logbooks say until I get pulled over. Every time they pull me over, man, they never give me no logbook tickets. I'll be like, damn, man, I know he want to check these logbooks. Then I give them the logbook and they say, looks perfect. I'll be like, yeah, I know it's perfect. It's always been perfect. It's always been perfect. I don't understand, Andrew. How is the logbook perfect when you don't? Oh, is he done? Is he done? I don't think he's done. He ain't cut that grass that fast. He did not cut that grass that fast. Migo got the weed out. Y'all see the security camera? There's Migo done cut the grass that quick then. Shoot. He done, y'all. Shoot, that was quick. Okay, let's get back to it. He moving on the weed eating now. Somebody said the flock camera's changing the game. Don't need a logbook telling me when to sleep, when to drive. Now, I'm not telling y'all not to use no logbook. You gotta do what's best for you. Now, let me tell you what the Russians did. The FMCSA, a real, how do we explain the FMCSA? I really need $150,000. $100,000, that was kind of too low for the FMCSA to hire me. I was offering my services, if they really wanted to catch the Russians. So I was offering my service for $100,000, but I need to go up on that price, about $150,000, because, for all y'all that may or may not know, the FMCSA is in on allowing the Russians to do whatever they want. They in on it. They are in on it. The Russians know where they can use these laws at and where they can't use the law. If you work in my company, let me give you an example. For the people that work in my company, there's a certain state they're not gonna get to run them double laws in. And don't say the state, California. You ain't gotta tell nobody that. It's a certain state in my company, they're not gonna let you run no double law books. Probably because this particular state got a mind of their own. They can't be bought with money. You know what I'm talking about? They can't be bought with money, so they don't. We can't. We don't want that money no more. They don't need the government money, so therefore, we can't use double law books over there. California don't. It's not really California, but I'm just that. Somebody told me California. I just thought it sounded good, but I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know. Something about that California. You got to run legal over there. I don't know why. You ain't paying enough money. Certain states allow it, certain states don't. Okay? Look, I don't know how Vladimir get away with all this stuff. I had to be paid $150,000, to tell the secret. I know the secret. I know how it's done. I know how it's done. But all that stuff costs money. Because the Americans are just so far behind. They're just so far behind. I mean, let's make it make sense. The Russians been using, double, triple, quadruple clocks, whatever you want to call it, since what, 2020? You think the FMCSA don't know this? You really think they don't have a clue? Everybody been talking about it. Oh, here's a good one. But Andrew, you don't understand. The guy that hit the U-turn. Remember the foreigner that hit the U-turn? He hit the U-turn because of double clots. Y'all think the man hit the U-turn because he was running 2 clots? Did you see the video? You mean to tell me if he was on a 70-hour clock, he wasn't gonna hit that U-turn? Are you kidding me? Did you see the video? Did he look like he was sleeping behind the wheel, or was he wide awake? Because when I saw the video, he looked wide awake. It looked like he was more than wide. He was awake. The driver in the passenger seat, he was awake. They looked like they was wide awake. So whether he was on a 70-hour clock, a fresh clock, a double clock, triple clock, whatever kind of clock he was on, he was gonna hit that U-turn regardless of how many hours he had. I don't know what y'all talking about. That man was determined to hit that U-turn. Well, Andrew, you don't understand, man. See, he was on double clots. If he wasn't on double clots, he wouldn't have been in that spot. That's what we're trying to say. He wouldn't have been in that spot, Andrew. That's what you're missing. He wouldn't have hit the U-turn right there, because if he was using legal clots instead of being, down there in Florida, he would have been in Tennessee. He would have been in Tennessee, Andrew. And guess what? In Tennessee, he would have been going down the interstate looking for someone to bust a U-turn on the interstate, and he would have done it. He would have still busted the U-turn right here in Tennessee. He would have busted the U-turn in California. He would have busted the U-turn in Arkansas, Maryland, Mississippi, you name it, New York. He would have busted it. Don't matter where that truck was at. He was going to bust that U-turn. So I don't know what that got to do with double clots, triple clots, quadruple clots. The clock wasn't even part of the case anyway. Shit, man, please. That clock ain't got nothing to do with nothing. What you talking about, man? Y'all fooling yourself. Now, am I going to go out there and hit a U-turn on the interstate? No. I'm not going to hit a U-turn on the interstate even if I got, one eye open. If I'm driving, I'm just, can't even got one eye open, y'all. I'm just trying to make it to the exit. I'm still not going to bust a U-turn. Guys, look. The guy was a fool. Okay? He was a foreigner. Maybe in his country, that's what they do. They bust U-turns. I don't know. Maybe in his country, they bust U-turns in the middle of the interstate. Clearly, he didn't know. He didn't know not to bust a U-turn. But we, as Americans, we ain't gonna bust no U-turn with no 18-wheeler in the middle of interstate traffic. First of all, we ain't gonna bust no U-turn from the right lane anyway. What truck driver you know gonna try to bust a U-turn from the right lane and you got traffic going 70 miles per hour? Come on, man. That's a bad example, man. That is a bad example. Man busted a U-turn. He didn't even look, first of all. I would at least look. If I'm going to bust a U-turn in the middle of the interstate, first I'm going to get on the shoulder, come to a complete stop, okay? Then I'm going to wait till ain't no traffic coming, okay? I'm talking about traffic got to be, I'm talking about 2 miles down the road from both sides and then it's got to be damn near nighttime because I ain't busting no U-turn daytime, traffic coming all over the place. It got to be nighttime, no traffic coming, you know what I'm saying? No headlights, neither which way. That's the only way I'm busting U-turn. I still ain't gonna bust no U-turn on the interstate. I just go down to the exit, get off, and get back on like I've been doing for the last 11 years. So no, man, don't try to use some foreigner that busted a U-turn in the middle of the interstate talking about that's what, hey man, they're giving out 100 years for stuff like that. The guy that went down the mountains in Denver, Colorado, hey Andrew, you don't understand the reason why his brakes went out. His brakes went out because he was using 2 logbooks. Really? Really? So you telling me that if he was on a 70-hour clock coming down the mountains, his brakes wouldn't have went out? Is that what you're saying? The brakes wouldn't have went out? He wouldn't have slammed into all them people killing all them folks? If he was just on a legal logbook, that's what you're telling me, huh? That's what you. Cause I'm pretty sure they presented that same case, in court. I would have fired the lawyer. I wish the lawyer would go up there trying to present that now. That's how you know you finna get 100 years right there. Yeah, get one of them lawyers to go up there and argue that. Hey man, look, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand. My client, you don't understand. The company forced him to use double logbooks. Okay, if he was on a 70-hour clock, his brakes wouldn't have went out. It's not because he was not trained on how to go down no mountain. It's not because of that. I know, he got his license in Texas. He ain't done no mountain driving. He ain't got no experience. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay, the reason why the brakes just went out, the reason why he smoked the brakes, the reason why he missed all the runaway ramps is not because he was not trained properly. It's because the company forced him to run double logbooks. You finna get 100 years. You finna get 100 years for real. So we got to stop with the nonsense, guys. The reason why these killing machines are doing 100 years or whatever they get ain't got nothing to do with no double logbooks. They ain't got nothing to do with no double logbooks. Okay, these people are clearly they're not trained. The dude that hit the U-turn, he wasn't trained. The dude that went down the mountain, he wasn't trained. Okay, I don't know is anybody running double logbooks as an American? Are y'all going down the mountain missing, brakes smoking, missing runaway ramps? Any of y'all doing that? I'm just saying, because if my brakes are smoking going down, any of these mountains, I'm looking for the first runaway ramp. I don't know nothing about, we ain't missing no runaway ramps around here. I don't know what you're talking about, ramp. We ain't missing no ramps. We going straight through the ramp. Oh man, please, I ain't missing no, I wish I would be going down the mountain with no brakes and think I ain't gonna hit the runaway ramp. I'm not trying to make it down to the bottom, fool. Yeah, man, yeah. Anyways, man. Migo just messed this whole video up, huh? Now, let me read some of these comments. Let's see, somebody said he hit the U-turn with both feet on the steering wheel. I know, right? Somebody said they're gonna put me on 60 minutes. Got Officer CAJ in here telling they don't even talk about our national debt anymore. Why is it getting louder and louder and louder? Well, it's 3 of them out there now. Let me see. Somebody said, what you telling me you got a co-driver on the log, but you supposedly dropped him off a couple of 100 miles back. That is very, very easy, okay? Because I got stopped for the same thing. They ask about my co-driver. Okay, this is an easy one, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to do this, but this is what I do. When they ask about my co-driver, first thing I tell them is, whatever the logbook says, that's what happened. Well, no, we need to hear about whatever the logbook says. That's what happened. Well, man, what about your co-driver? He ain't in the truck no more. He gone. So whatever the logbook says, that's what happened. I mean, what else you want me to do? What else you want me to do? Saying, Okay. Now, the real question, what you really want to ask me is, how do you get to the point to where you pretending like it's a co-driver in the truck? See, truck driver, this is your fault. First of all, I don't know no Russian company that's making you pretend like you got a co-driver with you. None of them. The only way you got a co-driver with you in that truck is because you requested to have a co-driver in that damn truck, fool. There ain't no Russian company that's got you, hey man, we need you to, pretend like it's a coach. No. You wanted a co-driver in that truck. That's how you got a co-driver in the truck. You asked for it. If you went to court, the trucking company can show where you specifically asked. By the way, the logbook and the trucking company is two different things. In case y'all don't, keep trucking, okay? Keep trucking and Knight Transportation is not the same business. Keep trucking, that's their own e-law system. They own their own business. Knight is a motor carrier. They own their own business, okay? So whatever logbook, third party, ELD support, whatever business you go with, they got a lot of them. Keep trucking. I can't name all these ELD providers, man. What's the ELD providers, y'all? Y'all know, man. All them ELD guys, the ELD providers are separate from the trucking company. So you, as a driver, ask them folks that ain't got no CDL. You know this. Nobody over there in the ELD department, whether you're using Keep Trucking or Samsung, there you go. See, some of y'all know. I don't know. Whichever ELD you picked up the phone and called, guys, that ELD support is third party. All that stuff is third party. Even the ELD system that I got is third party. They're not a part of CAJ Logistics. The people that run my laws for my trucking company, they are separate from me. They're not part of the trucking company. So if you personally get on the phone and call them folks, hey man, you don't understand, man, shit, man, I need some more time. Oh, you do. So you need more time? Is that what you asking for? The truck, you the guy behind the seat asking for more time. Did you personally ask for that? Or did they force you to do it? Which one was it? Huh? Did you text the ELD number asking for more time? Or did they force you into it? Say it. When your ELD runs out of time, you know you're supposed to pull over. You know you're supposed to be on a 10-hour break. But what do? After you sleep about 6 hours, you pick up the phone, Mr. Truck Driver. You pick up the phone. Hey man, is this ELD support? Hey man, can you give me some more time, man? Oh, I thought you said they forced you. You said the Russians gave it to you. No, they didn't. You personally asked for it. Which is why, when you go to court and you want to know, I don't understand, man. They arrested me, man. I thought, what about Vladimir? What about ELD support? Them guys ain't even got no CDL. Matter of fact, ELD support don't even work for the trucking company. Keep Trucking, Samsung, and all the rest of them. Easy Laws. I got Easy Laws, okay? Easy Laws, the rest of them, guys, all of them is a separate, they are all separate from the trucking company, okay? So you better figure out what's going on in trucking. If you think any of them ELD services is gonna be in court with you, they're not gonna be in court with you. If anything, you better hope they don't come to court, because they're gonna provide the evidence that you ain't looking for. Your Honor, we can show right here at 11:52 a.m. this morning. He texted us and asked us if we could forge the logbook for him. Yeah, right here. They gonna be like, oh man, we can get y'all with y'all $1 million. They ain't got no $1 million policy. You know why? Cause Keep Trucking, Samsura and all them, they not a trucking company. They don't have no $1 million policy. There is no automotive liability. You know, they ain't none of that. There's none of that. They just a third party, you know, hole in the wall somewhere, got you know, just a bunch of laptops. So I don't even know if they're in the United States. So that's why them folks are never gonna be in the courtroom with you. So I'm just saying, first of all, they ain't gonna be there with you. So now you gotta ask yourself, now that you use a cheating truck driver over here trying to blame everybody else, why are you blaming everybody else for you needing more time? You the one that can't, you the one that need more money. Why you can't make money with 70 hours? They gave you a 70-hour clock. Was that not good enough? Or you need more money? Which one is it? Huh? They gave you a 70-hour clock. Do y'all know how many people came over to my company and they personally asked, hey man, so Vladimir, where's the double logbooks? You know what Vladimir said? What double logbooks? And people think that it's some type of secret. They like, okay, so maybe they just don't want to tell me. No, it's not that they don't want to tell you. It's that they not in on it. They not in on it. They have no idea what you're talking about. Them ladies in the office, for the people that go to my company, when you walk in for orientation, them 3 ladies in the office, you ask them about logbooks, guys, they never even seen a logbook. They don't know what you talking about. They not trying to keep it secret. They literally do not know what you're talking about. That's not their job. They don't run logs. Law department is a totally separate company from the trucking company. You understand? Let me give you an example. I got my own trucking company, right? I understand that I gotta have, you know, an ELD device. So what do? I go shopping for ELD devices. I go and see what Keep Trucking want, Samsura want, Easy Laws want. I go see what all these people want. They all got prices. I gotta pay these people monthly for their service. So if I got to come out of my pocket and pay a monthly service, now who's forcing me to pay this monthly service? The FMCSA. The FMCSA is the one that made this law, this rule that I gotta have this ELD device. Therefore, now that I'm forced by the government to pay for an ELD device, now who's competing for my service? Okay, what do you got to offer, Mr. Keep Trucking versus Easy Laws? Well, you know, over here, Easy Laws, you know, you can call us and we can, you know, we can help you out with them law books. Okay, that sounds like, how much are you charging for all that? We charge, you know, $75 a month. Okay, Keep Trucking, what you got to offer? We ain't got nothing to offer. We just basic. I don't even want to talk to you then. You know, I don't even, what, I'm paying for a service. Who's got the best service, baby? Who's got the best service? Come on now. Well, we can, you know, we can track the IFTA for you. Okay, well that sound better. That's better than nothing. What else you do besides track IFTA? You better start naming more services, baby, because this is a competition. This is a competition. Do y'all know the ELD service has become a $1 million business now? It's a multi-million-dollar business. Everybody is competing with this ELD service. Do y'all not see how many ELD providers are popping up left and right? This is a full-time business now. Who's got the best service? Who can provide something, you know, who can do the best? Shoot, man, they don't want no safety department no more. I don't want to hire no 8 people in no office constantly checking these drivers' logbooks all day, every day, when I can just do it, hire a third-party service to do that. You do that. I just pay you to do that. Shoot, man, got to sit up here every day. Do you know every day somebody got to get on there and check to make sure you went on duty and showed a 15-minute pre-trip every day? Not only that, every day somebody at ELD's got to make sure you put the BOL number on your logbook. They got to do that every day. You got to pay for that service because a truck driver ain't doing it. Truck driver, all of y'all that's loaded right now, how many of y'all got the BOL number on the logbook right now? I ain't talking about the Russians put it on there for you. I already know they did that for you. I'm talking about, you know, everybody else, the Americans. Did you put your BOL number? You know, is your BOL number on the freaking log today? It ain't on there, is it? Did your log get 15-minute pre-trip? You didn't do that either, huh? I know, I understand. Somebody said they filling it out right now. See what I'm talking about? Right now, it's too late. Could have been getting pulled over. Somebody said I updated it 3 weeks. It's so crazy. I did miss this like 4 times a week. This is why everybody not supposed to drive for the Russians. Boom, there it is right there. The Russians is not for everybody. Okay, it's more so of you an advanced driver. Okay, it's really for people that just want to get more money. Getting more money. It's not for everybody. I don't even accept everybody. Everybody that hit me up wanting to pay $300, I don't accept everybody. If you don't meet the requirements, out the door. Okay? If you ain't, down with the law but situation and all that, out the door. Out the door. If they don't accept you, I give you your money back. It's just that simple. It's not for everybody. First of all, you already know all the trucks in my company is filled up anyway. You already know we cannot keep trucks whatsoever. I think 70% of the company now is all CAJ drivers. It's all CAJ drivers. Now the big play would be, I know y'all company drivers right now, but if we could transition, all y'all, into owner operators and lease own and CAJ logistics, so we can run this 90-10 split over here. 90-10 split, drive in reefer. That would be real great, wouldn't it? That do sound good. 'Cause I know a lot of y'all looking for a good 90-10 split company, and I'm just saying, in the future, 90-10 split. I know y'all looking for it. 88-12, 90-10 split. I may be the new 90-10 split company. I know. If I was offering 90-10 split right now with a reefer, I'm talking about it'd be a whole bunch of people trying to get over to CAJ Logistics right now. Phone be just going off the hook. I already know this. Somebody said, I'm down in the comments. I already know this. So, they make fun of me. Hey, Andrew, man, why you paying for your authority? I know at any given time, I can get a whole bunch of people to lease on. Just overnight. Overnight. Okay? Let me see. Cared about the BOLs, but need to edit delivery dates in ELD. Let me see. Can I go to a Russian company if I had no experience? Nah, they not. Nah, you gotta have a minimum of 2 years of experience. That's for insurance purposes, though. Yeah, that's for insurance. Let me see. Give you a load with appointment time. You can make on a solo clock. Yeah, any loads you book out here, especially with a reefer, if you a solo driver, they gonna give you the load to where you can make it on a 70-hour clock. None of these brokers out here is gonna give you a load that needs to be delivered tomorrow 1,000 miles. That's just not how the industry ain't never worked like that. So especially if you hauling reefer, it's appointment time anyway. So they don't need, look, TQL, CH Robinson, and all these other brokers, they don't need to know how much time you got on your ELD. All they gonna do is they know, okay, on 11-hour clock, 700 miles is the max you can do in one day. Okay, they not looking at, okay, well, this driver is calling, he got one of them unlimited clocks, so let's just give him 1,200 miles, be there tomorrow. You think that's what CH Robinson doing? Why would they do that? What do they got to gain for that? Do y'all know the broker wins when he give you the load? He take his cut off the beginning, then give you the load. That's what he win at. He don't win by how fast you deliver the load. That's not how it works, guys. That's not how this thing works. They get their money, before they give you the load. When you on the phone negotiating the rate, especially with TQL, y'all should know this. When y'all negotiating the rate, they take their cut off the front. Okay, that's where they win at. Right then, when they give you the load. Once they give you the load, how fast you get there ain't got nothing to do with them. That's not how they make their money. So whether you get there tomorrow or the next day or 5 days from now, that ain't how they make their money. They make their money before they even give you the BOL, the rate con. Before they give you the rate con, they already made their money. They don't need you to get that freight there tomorrow or tonight or any of that. And they need you to be on time though. You got to be on time. You got to be on time. Now they don't want you to be late because you could be late. You could be late. You want to be late? TQL, they'll show you something. I called TQL the other day. I don't know what type of changes they done made, but now they read you a whole policy before you can book a load with them. I'm talking about you got to stand on that phone about 5 minutes while he read a whole book policy before he'll book you. That's crazy. Like I said, did a little recently. TQL let you know off the rip. Yeah, man. TQL they just changed their policy. I don't know what that is, man. I said, I got on the phone with TQL. I was booking something for another driver, and I'm sitting over here. I'm like, man. He said he read a whole book, like a whole booklet. Then he was like, "Do you agree to all this?" I'm like, bro, I don't even know what you said. I said, yeah. Then after I said, yeah, he started reading a whole nother long paragraph. I said, man, what is going on? I said, bro, what? I said, what is going on? I think he got to read a whole nother 5 minute paragraph. He said, do you agree to this? I said, I guess so. Then he kept reading some more. I said, man, wait a minute. I said, bro, I said, bro, is all this you telling me? Is this on the rate card? He said, man, we just got to read these terms and conditions. And I said, man, I don't know if I'm going to continue. Man, I don't know what all you read. I'm scared now. I'm scared now. I'm scared. You done read too much. Man, I just got them LED lights that came in for that classic. I don't know how many times I'm about some headlights, huh? How am I gonna get this installed? How in the world am I gonna get this installed? Man. Say Freightliner Classic on it. Okay. Okay, put that in there. Shout out to Amazon, always on time, every time. Yeah, man, I booked that load for that driver, man. I said, yeah, I don't know about this, man. I'm scared to call. And then I ain't calling no C.H. Robinson. You know, after they got sued with that nuclear verdict. Oh, no, we ain't calling no C.H. Robinson. You already know they ain't paying nothing. And the C.H. man, they got a lot of money to recover. I ain't calling no C.H. Robinson. Can't do that. Oh, no. Oh, they got a lot of money to recover. But let me see. Gotta take a picture on the app. If you're late, bold notes, $300 late fee. Don't forget about the late fees. They gonna get you too. And TQL, they look, they gonna get you. TQL, they gonna get their money. If you late, they gonna get their money. They gonna get it when you factor. When you factor the load, they gonna shortchange the factoring company. If you do quick pay, they got you. Don't worry. Don't be late with TQL, okay? Yeah, don't be late with TQL. After the lawsuit, they're really careful with that. Let me see. Somebody said Hazmat 2. Hazmat 2 what? Find a company for the one with little or no experience. Man, really, if you got under 2 years of experience, I think you should just be able to make a carrier, man. Mainly focusing on, learning all the trailers, drive-in, reefer, flatbed, step deck, tanker. I would just, get some experience in. You got under 2 years of experience, man. You shouldn't be out there, taking risks. Now, one thing about the Russians that I do tell people, before y'all even hit me up on Telegram, the more risks you want to take in this industry, the more money you can make. Okay? You already know about the miles. You already know about the clock. So if none of that, is something you want to do, there ain't no point in hitting me up. If you know you can go over to the Americans and get 401k and all these benefits, you need to go over there. Okay? Whatever company that is. I don't know what the company is, but you need to go over there. Okay? Because the Russians is not a permanent job. It's just temporary. The people that's going up to Chicago right now, it's just temporary. They getting this $3,000 and $4,000 checks until somebody pull the plug on it, and then it's back to the American companies. We all know this. Everybody knows this. Okay, so for all y'all, the older crowd, I'm talking about the older crowd. I know y'all upset right now because, oh, Andrew, man, you got all these drivers 1099. They not 1099 forever. Just because they 1099 this year, don't mean they can't be W2 next year. It's gonna be all right, okay? It's gonna be okay. The Russians ain't gonna be in business that long. Somebody else cutting grass around here. It don't make no sense. God almighty. Savannah said I'm on my way to DR. Man, what's today, man? You late. What, man, you were supposed to be in DR. What's today, Thursday? Wasn't you supposed to be in DR last week? Or was it the week before that? Somebody said get a payroll service. American companies hurting because they're cheap. Yeah, they definitely. If you watch Freight Waves, okay, on YouTube, they don't want to pay y'all, all this money to drive a truck. I've been telling y'all this. First of all, nobody wants to pay a truck driver $3,000 and $4,000 a week. Okay, they would much rather pay y'all nothing at all. $300. $500. 18 cents a mile. You remember those days? CR England, 18 cents a mile. What's up with all this grass cutting they got going on around here? I guess today just one of them grass cutting days, huh? Everybody just cutting grass today, huh? They much rather pay y'all nothing. Okay, so that's why I try to tell people. I've been driving trucks 11 years, and in 11 years, this is the first time this year where I heard of company drivers being able to make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 without leasing no truck, just a company driver. Okay, so if this is the first year that I ever seen it, I ever heard of it, okay, you may want to take advantage, because it's not gonna last forever. So if you got, if you in debt $50,000, $70,000, and you got the one opportunity you got to pay it off, you may want to take advantage. All them W-2 jobs, that's $1,000 a week, 1,500 guys, all them jobs gonna be there. They there right now. I can call right now any W-2 job and get hired as a truck driver. It's too easy because they don't pay nothing. They got all kind of trucks empty. I call Night Transportation right now. They got thousands of trucks out there empty. They pay W-2 though. I call JB Hunt right now, they hire me. Matter of fact, they have my email right now begging. JB Hunt in my email right now, talking about private load board start immediately, we'll do anything. They won't do anything but rip you off. If you ask them, shoot, they'll rip you off. That's what they're gonna do. Let me see. Greetings from Canada. Quick question, do you play football? I'm not sure what football is. I don't think I heard of it. Sound familiar. They missing the 18 cent a mile companies. They want to pay Aurora Robots. They definitely want to get them self-driving trucks in there. Let me tell you about Aurora. See, only a truck driver thinks this way. Now, it was all about just last year. You remember last year? Y'all was telling me, Andrew, first of all, Andrew, they can't take the driver out the truck, so them trucks ain't gonna drive themselves. It ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. Somebody gotta always be behind the steering wheel. That's what y'all told me. It ain't even been a year before y'all remember y'all told me that, right? Ain't that what you said? Didn't you say it had to be a driver in them trucks? So why is it now there ain't no driver in them truck? Huh? Not only is it not a driver in the truck, they done expanded the routes. They going all the way across ITN now. It's not just Houston to Dallas no more, Houston to, San Antonio. No, they going all the way to Phoenix, Arizona now. Stretching that thing all the way to Florida. Andrew, it's just Interstate 10. It's not gonna come up to Interstate 40 in our lifetime. Okay, you just keep being a truck driver. That's all you got. You just keep being a truck driver. As long as you think like a truck driver, Mr. Charlie gonna show you something. You keep talking about what they can't do. I hear what you're saying. Hey, Andrew, man, them trucks will never drive themselves. Really? You must don't watch the YouTube channel. Them trucks driving themselves. Ain't nobody in the truck. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, Waymo's taking over. It's a Waymo on every block now. I'm like, man, I got all these Waymos. Waymo ain't hit nothing around here. You hear me? All them self-driving Waymos around here, they ain't hit nothing. It don't matter how tight the traffic is, how bad the traffic is, what kind of downtown rush hour traffic we got, Waymo ain't hit nothing. And they gonna be blowing past you too. They gonna be going faster than you. They gonna hit them turns and corners faster than you. Man, Waymo ain't playing around here. Y'all need to come to Nashville and see Waymo for yourself. They got something for you. You think a robot ain't no good? Nah, Waymo gonna show you something. Just jump in the Waymo. They'll show you. Buckle up. Look, you think you finna jump in the Waymo and just drive 15 miles per hour around the city. Oh no, Waymo gonna show you something. They gonna speed that thing up to 80, 90 miles per hour on you. Don't worry, hold on tight, baby. It's Waymo up in here. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. So they got self-driving trucks now. Y'all go on their YouTube channel, go over to Aurora, see it for yourself. You ain't gotta listen to me. You just go on. They on YouTube every day. They live. You just go and watch the live video every day. They showing you an actual live video of the truck going down the interstate with nobody in it. Live video, okay? You just go click it every morning. They on there every morning. So you ain't got to sit up here and you ain't going to be alive and it ain't going to happen in your lifetime. And no. I am a stock investor in Aurora, so, just thought I'd let y'all know that, just, I know I got to invest. I got to make sure that, just in case they try to take over this industry, I still got to get paid, Shoot, man, I'm just saying, man, stock is, I don't know what the stock is today, probably like $7 or something. Self-driving trucks have been down. I-45 in Texas daily. See, I'm not out there in Texas, so I don't know what's going on out there. Somebody said I saw, but I never seen them testing it up in the Northeast. They not in the Northeast yet, that is true, but they are in the Northeast. Let me explain. They in the Northeast. They in California. They in Washington. They in Oregon. They in Wyoming. They in North Dakota. They in South Dakota. You want me to tell you where they at? They everywhere. They in every state. Self-driving technology is in every state. This is who training them. You training them. The AI camera you got in your truck right now, if you look up in your mirror, with all y'all need those brand new trucks, you remember you need a brand new truck. If you look up that camera, that AI camera, the one that make all the noise every time you hit the white line, if you have Prime Me, the AI camera, you training the truck on how to replace yourself. That's what the AI camera is for. That's where they get the data to train the self-driving truck from. So if you're wondering, man, this truck ain't gonna ever be able to drive through Hunts Point in New York. Oh yeah, it will. You know why? Because you trained it on how to do it. You personally drove that truck with the AI camera and showed the camera, step by step how to make all them turns perfectly, okay? So when the self-driving truck comes, just like Waymo, see, before Waymo was self-driving around here, it had a person in there too. A person had to personally drive around Nashville, everywhere. They had to drive all the way around, training the Waymo. Once they got the Waymo figured out, it started driving itself. So that's what the AI camera is for. The AI camera is so you can train it on how to do whatever it needs to do. Somebody said Aurora's going to replace the guys who haul the wind blades down the road. You're talking about heavy haul. Heavy haul is a very small percentage of the trucking industry. They not trying to go out the little guy. First of all, that's little money. Heavy haul is very little money compared to general freight. Okay. JB Hunt got what, 15,000 to 30,000 trucks, versus a heavy haul company may have 10 trucks. Which one you think make more money? JB Hunt or a little heavy haul company? The general freight makes way more money. So the suit and tie guys are going out the big money. The 15,000 drivers over at Swift. The 30,000 drivers at JB Hunt. They're going out to the mega carriers. They're not going out to no heavy haul. That's small money. They're not trying to replace 10 heavy haul drivers. They're trying to replace 30,000 general freight drivers. That's where the money at, man. Come on, man. There ain't no money in trying to get a heavy haul truck to go down the road. They can do it. They can do it now. But that ain't what they after. Somebody right there. I don't see it in our lifetime. See, he don't see it in his lifetime, but he's still alive, and they going down the road with nobody in them. What you mean you don't see it in your lifetime? It's already happening. The Waymos is already on the road. The self-driving truck already on the road. Now, if you talking about scale, you talking about scaling. You don't feel like they gonna scale enough trucks while you still alive. Now, that could be true depending on your age. Now, if you about 80 years old and you planning on turning over in the next 5 years, that may be true. But if you my age, okay, if you all the way young, if you think Mr. Charlie can scale these trucks, I think you got something. You got to rethink this thing. Yeah, you got to rethink this thing. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. They can't read. No, 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 no. Somebody said I saw a report over the road truckers would be the first to go. I saw the same report. Yeah, they want to make majority of y'all regional or either local. And keep in mind, guys, these people wake up every day trying to figure out how to get you out the truck because what you got to understand, the minute they get you out the truck, that's $100,000 a year that they keep in their pocket. No, not your pocket. They paying you $100,000 to drive their truck. I just don't. They don't want to pay you no $3,000 a week to drive no truck when they can keep that money in their pocket. Okay, which one? If it was your truck, what you want to do? You want to pay a truck driver $3,000 a week to go down the truck, or you want to pay this little subscription fee? You know, like Tesla cars got the FSD, where you just pay a monthly fee. You don't want to just pay a monthly fee and the truck drive itself 24 hours? Come on, man. Boy, please, man. These self-driving trucks. You already see trucking companies already picking those trucks out. Shoot, Haybach, Hirschbach, whatever they call it. They said, hey, man, we need 500. We need 500. We need 500. Detmar Logistics, hey, we need half the fleet. We need half the fleet, you know. Just wait till Walmart come on. Hey, we need everything you got. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is one big company. Shoot. Night Transportation, one big company. Hey, we need everything you got. So all I can say is, you know, take the money you're making now and invest it, man. That's what I would tell the truck driver, man. Invest it, hold all the money. Don't go on no spending sprees and stuff like that. You know, we ain't had a trucking year like this in a long time when everybody just getting money. It's been a long time. It ain't been since nothing but 2022. It's been a long time since they finally paid a truck driver some money to drive a truck. I know everybody out there on the blowing spree right now. Everybody trying to blow everything. It's been a long time since we made this kind of money. So, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be out here blowing money. And watch out for the women. I know the women trying to take every last penny from you. I know they trying to take every last penny from you. You gotta watch out for the women. Shoot, watch out for the women. You know, I know you gotta spend something on them, but you ain't gotta spend everything. You ain't got to. Oh man, dang, man, I got a 50-mile update. Oh my God. Y'all want to hear the 50-mile update? You don't want to hear the 50-mile update. You don't want to hear the 50-mile update. 50-mile, you in here? I gotta give them the 50-mile update. Come on, y'all ready for a 50-mile update? I get every day is an update. All right, come on, 50 mile now. I'm gonna give them the update. We're gonna get it to them early. Y'all ready for a 50-mile update? All right, y'all ready? Here you go. Hold your stomachs. 50 mile let me know today that he gonna be returning the truck, and he quit. That's the update. Don't ask me no questions. Don't. There you go, asking me questions. Don't ask me no questions. No, I don't know. Ain't got no answer. I don't know. So that's the update. Smark is in the building. It says they're going to make it so that the new cars and self-driving ones can read and communicate with each other. That make a lot of sense too. I also read something about there was an article I read that if you buying a car that's 2027 and newer, something about the government can control the car, something like that. I don't know what the article was. It was something about if it's a 2027 and newer car, something about the government is I guess their system is programmed into it or something like that. I don't know. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, y'all, come on now. Y'all know that was the 50-mile update. Y'all, come on, man. That was a good update. Come on now. That was a good update. Come on, man. I got to call him back to see what job we're going to line up next. I told 50 Mile, man. I told him. See, and this is going to be y'all problem. See, his problem is not the job. Job is not the problem. Okay, I know what his problem is. This is the problem. When he went to the company that I've been promoting, okay, keep in mind he came from leasing. He came from leasing a truck. When he stopped leasing and went to the company I'm at, okay, and he started making them $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 paychecks, it is very difficult to go from making that kind of money all the way down to 70 cents a mile, $2,100, you know, for 3,000 miles. It's just, boy, it's difficult. And that's what he's going through, man. He ain't been able to recover since. So I know what he's going through, man. You sitting over here, you know, his check 2,100, same person, you know, 5,000, 4,000, 3,500. He like, bro, I'm doing the same work, but I ain't getting the same money. You know what I'm talking about? I'm doing the same work as everybody else, but I ain't getting the same money. I mean, I'm running double log books like everybody else, but my check ain't the same as everybody else is running double log books. So I'm surprised this phone ain't died on me. It's behaving today, huh? Somebody said he should have just took the steel mill job. I can't say, you know, I can't say it wasn't a bad idea. Somebody asked about the Richie Rich video. Oh, man, you know, I think it was a good video. I ain't got no problem with the video. I mean, Richie Rich is, for somebody, I would say for somebody that's, you know, older, coming from his generation, you know, the 1990s. No, not the 1990s. He probably from, what, 1970s, 1980s. Yeah, I mean, if I was coming from that generation, I too would be looking for a job with benefits, 401k, health insurance, and all that from that generation. Obviously, my generation is a little bit different. We understand that, you know, we're not going to find no job to where we're going to, you know, be able to work 30 years at one job. All that stuff is over with nowadays. It's a different generation, okay? So how we make money in our generation is obviously going to be different from the last generation. So, you know, we ain't got 30 years to give one trucking company, nor do I believe a trucking company is going to allow you to stay 30 years. Shoot, not in this generation. How they going to allow you to stay 30 years and they got to roll around the corner in self-driving trucks? Come on, man. They ain't got that type of time. That's not going to happen. Man said they got a $3,700 settlement check from the Russians today. People don't know math. They putting AI cameras in them. Somebody said they know a company for 50 Mile. Somebody said he gonna run out of options. I don't think he gonna run out of options. Well, he's not gonna run out of options because there's a lot of companies paying cent per mile, but it's not that many companies. Like, okay, let me give you an example. I ain't found no company that's paying more than us, unless it's flatbed. But the problem with flatbed is it's only paying that much during flatbed season. Before once the summertime flatbed season's over and the rates come down for flatbed, you know, the pay goes down. And then another problem with flatbed is it's not really OTR. You know, a lot of y'all flatbed drivers, you know, 300 miles a day, 500 miles a day. You're not getting no load, you know, 1,400 miles, 1,700 miles. You're not going from California to the Northeast. That's not how flatbed works. So, you know. But yeah, no, ain't no problem with the Richie Rich video. You know, we just two different generations. That's all. You know, I understand that I need to have my money in the stock market working for me every day, all day. See, different generation. There's nothing wrong with a 401k, okay? But I understand that, you know, the American companies at most is only going to give me a 5% match, okay? Meaning if I make $100,000, you know, 5%. I need more than 5% going in the stock market. Okay, I need more like 50% going in, 75% of my paycheck. See what I'm saying? When I go to the Russians, I put the whole thing in the stock market. I need more money in. I don't need just 5% over 30 years. Now, that's better than zero. It's better than zero. But me, I need a lot more money than just 5%. Okay, so, you know, but it's better than zero. See, a lot of y'all at zero. 5% is better than zero. Okay? There's many other avenues that have a better ROI than trucking. Yeah, it definitely is. I done found a couple. Somebody said I found a company grossing 12 to 15, 10%. Somebody said he could ride out till a better opportunity presents itself. Yeah. I mean, me personally, I was hoping he, try to stay, just to get the money. Oh my God, oh my God, I just thought of something. Got another update on the 50 mile situation. I think, oh man, every time I think about 50 mile, boy, it's another update. This update worse than the first one. Okay, y'all ready for a second update? Now I got to sugarcoat the next update. I got to sugarcoat this one. I got to sugarcoat this update. How can I let me sugarcoat it. Dang. The rent-a-car people, y'all remember the rent-a-car situation? They gave him a case number. Oh my God, they were hard on the truck driver. We gotta pray for 50 mile. We gotta pray that boy. We gotta pray for him. They gave him a case number today. Yeah, them rent-a-car people. Remember he rode the rent-a-car, crashed the rent-a-car. Them folks gave him a case number today. I said, man, it's not looking too good. It ain't. We're gonna try to do the best we can to help him out though. I don't know what we're gonna do. We gotta get him some money. I'm about to put him in my truck, man. Hey, you need to get some money bad. I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about, man. Boy, hard on the truck driver right there. I don't know, man. I forgot that even happened. Dang. Yeah, man. See, it's really the trucking industry. The longer y'all stay in this industry, the more you gonna want to get out that truck. That's what a lot of people don't know about this industry. Once you get 10 years in this thing, guys, really after you get 5 years, you're really trying to find a way to get out the truck. That's really what all y'all in the comments doing right now. You're trying to find a way, man, how can I get out this truck so I ain't got to try this truck every day? Or how do I find another source of income so this ain't my only income? That's the battle of a truck driver, trying to figure that out. He tell me that all the day, man, Andrew, I'm trying to get multiple streams of income like you, man, so I ain't got to drive this truck. I don't want to be in this truck. I know, man. I don't want to be in the truck either. That's why I ain't in it. That's why I ain't in the truck, man. Shoot, I know I got cash trucks, and I know I go out there and make a whole lot of money driving my trucks. I know. I get it, but brother tired of driving trucks. Shoot, you know what I'm talking about? Shoot, man. So, anyways, man, my phone about to die. Finally gave me 2%. So, guess I'm gonna get on up out of here. Made my video for the day. All right, y'all. Catch y'all later.